Right now, I would like to introduce you to somebody. And since this is a low budget graduation, so I don't have a dressing room here, so you get to see me transform. Because what I want to do is introduce to you the world's oldest and whitest rapper, Metaphysical. He'll be right there. Little baby, don't you squall. Daddy's gonna buy you a crystal ball. And if you still can't see beyond, Daddy's gonna buy you a magic wand. And if you still can't steal your fate, Daddy's gonna teach you to levitate. But if that floating makes you sick, Daddy's gonna buy you an incense stick. And if that incense smells too rank, try a sensory deprivation tank. But if that tank don't float your bones, Daddy's gonna buy you some precious stones. And if them gems don't ease your heart, Daddy's gonna buy you an astral chart. And if your planets go berserk, Daddy's gonna buy you some body work. And if your aura still needs needing, Daddy's gonna get you a past life reading. And if your destiny stays hid, Daddy's gonna buy you a pyramid. And if your chakras still feel stressed, Daddy's gonna take you on a vision quest. And if power animals don't come to charm you, one more time, because it ain't gonna harm you, I said, hush, little baby, don't you squall. Daddy's gonna buy you a crystal ball. And if you still can't see beyond, Daddy's gonna buy you a magic wand. And if that wand don't change your fate, Daddy's gonna teach you to levitate. And if that floating makes you sick, Daddy's gonna get you an incense stick. But if that incense smells too rank, try a sensory deprivation tank. And if that tank don't float your bones, Daddy's gonna get you some precious stones. And if them gems don't ease your heart, Daddy's gonna get you an astral chart. But if your planets go berserk, Daddy's gonna buy you some body work. But if your aura still needs needing, Daddy's gonna get you a past life reading. But if your destiny stays hid, Daddy's gonna buy you a pyramid. And if your chakras still feel stressed, Daddy's gonna take you on a vision quest. And if power animals don't come to charm you, sorry kid, it's just your karma. Sorry kid, it's just your karma. It's like I told you, Dr. Masters, you give them something with a little class here and they go for it. Right now, it's my pleasure to introduce to you a young woman who has been part of the Metaphysical movement and part of Dr. Masters' church in Vegas for a long, long time. She's a singer and a songwriter. You can learn more about all of our artists on your program. So would you please help me welcome Reverend Nancy Abercrombie.
Hi. Hi. Oh, God, I hate being first. Well, anyway. So my song is about shoulda, coulda, woulda. And in your program, it's listed as woulda, coulda, shoulda. And that's because we had a dyslexic printer. And sure enough, Dr. Masters sitting out, and that day the guy was going this there. And so I hope you won't ever forget the song, because it'll be quoted for time memoriam in your program as the wrong song. So there. Anyway, this is what you tell all your relatives who think they know your business and want to tell you how to live your life and what you should have done with it and how you couldn't have done this and you shouldn't have done that. And anyway, I wrote it for my mother, and then she thought it was her idea. It wasn't, but she got the point, and she kind of left me alone after that. So it might work for you too. Here we go. Shoulda, coulda, woulda done this or that. That's too bad. Tit for tat. Shoulda, coulda, woulda just gone to bat. Shoulda, coulda, woulda done that. Shoulda, coulda, woulda done this or that. I forgot the way to run your life. So they fill your head with guilt to just keep you in line. Carefully they feed you until you have learned enough to manufacture guilt all by yourself. Shoulda, coulda, woulda done this or that. Well, that's too bad. Tit for tat. Shoulda, coulda, woulda just gone to bat. Shoulda, coulda, woulda done that. And so maybe I shoulda, but I really didn't want to. And maybe I woulda if things went differently. And maybe I coulda, but I wasn't motivated. That doesn't change the way I think of me. It doesn't make me useless, and it doesn't make me lazy. It doesn't change the way I think of me. Shoulda, coulda, woulda is a waste of time, a waste of yours, a waste of mine. Shoulda, coulda, woulda is just old hat, and who needs more of that? So shoulda, coulda on yourself, never mind. I've been, I guess we've all been asked to say a few words about Dr. Masters. Oh boy, well, so. Anyway, I just went back today and I prayed about all the funny things that I could have said, which I wouldn't say, because he'd say some funny things about me too, and so there you go. I had the privilege of working alongside of him for a long time. I miss you in Las Vegas, but I'm so glad you're here, because now maybe I can come down and visit this wonderful place. Is this wonderful? So anyway, what do you say about the man who is the crown prince of your life? The person whom you would most like to know better? Who is always an inspiration, a source of wisdom, a purveyor of truth. This is a man whose judgment I would trust above all others. I cannot count the times when out of his mouth have come the words that gave me a new song. Sometimes entire paragraphs of his became a verse that led itself to music. I just followed him around with pencil and paper. One of my new CDs has at least 4 songs that came right out of his meditations. He has inspired so many, and I'm always transported out of myself when I listen to his meditations. The colors that I see, the things that I feel connect deeply with my soul. I love this man at a soul level, and I have loved him before this life. And I'm sure I will love him in lives to come. For those of you who sometimes run out of new thoughts to talk about when you have a group and deeper meanings, go to his work and find your inspiration. We are so blessed to have hundreds of his recorded talks and meditations. He is unlike any other spiritual leader on earth, Dr. Paul Masters. It's no small wonder that this next song was written for him. We are blessed this day to have among us someone who is honest and true, a shining example for And when people lose hope all around you, by your actions they'll learn to believe you are one of the chosen few. When you do more than what is required, and there's no way to know how many will grow and be lifted up and inspired. And that is what you do when you're one of the chosen few. There is no greater honor for a human being than one of the chosen few. Many are called, but few will answer the challenge for greatness unheard of. It doesn't take money or fortune and fame to create a palace for love. And that is what you do when you're one of the chosen few. There is no greater honor for a human being than one of the chosen few. It doesn't take money or fortune and fame to create a palace for love. And that is what you do when you're one of the chosen few. There is no greater honor for a human being than one of the chosen few. You may be one of the chosen few, and if you're not, then you can be. And with God's help, you are